Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin Ashrafil Mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Yes. So let's recap what we did in session 2. Yes, we were tackling sentences. So we had the jumlah. Yes, we know this, the jumlah. And we have two kinds of jumlah. We know this as well. Jumlah ismiyah. Yes, the one that starts with an isim. And the jumlah fi'liyah, the one that starts with a fi'il or a verb. Okay. What are the components of jumlah ismiyah? We saw the mubtada, which is the subject. Yes, what we're talking about. And the khabar, and the information about the subject. And in the jumla fi'liya, it has more components, as we can see. Yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, I have to mention this one as well. In terms of mubtada and khabar in a jumla ismiya, both are isims, yes, basically both are isims, and both will have the four properties of the isims. And we said that for the mubtada, it has to be marfu. For the khabar, it is also marfu. Yeah, the difference between the two is the khabar is mostly nakira, common, okay, but it matches in terms of number and gender with the subject. Okay. There are other forms of khabar. We will see this. Yeah, this is when we're talking about what we say we call it as a mufrad. A mufrad word meaning it's not a sentence, it's not a jumlah. Yeah, so when the khabar is mufrad, then it is marfu, nakira, and it matches your subject. Now, what about the jumlah fi'liyah component? Yeah, in terms of i'rab, how do we go about this? There are only three components in a jumlah fi'liyah that we can say is isims, okay? And these are this. The fi'il, of course, stays a fi'il. It's a verb, so there's no way it can become an isim, yeah, because it is an action. So the three components that are isims in a jumlah fi'iliyah, yes, a verbal sentence, a sentence that describes an action, yeah, is just the doer, the person that does the action, yeah, the subject. And the action itself, of course, is the fi'il, as we're saying. The object, or, this person is doing this verb on top of this object, all right, onto this object, okay. And then we have what we call the zarf, which is your adverb, and this is always mansub, and the adverb talks about time and place of how or when and where the action has taken place. Yeah, so we normally say, let's say it is Ahmad kicking a ball, right? Ahmad kicking a ball, then Ahmad is the fa'il, the ball is the maf'ul, yeah, because it's being kicked, right? And kicking is the fi'il, and he's kicking the ball in the field, for example. Yeah, so that's where the zarf comes in. Yeah, so we have these components, and of all the components, only these three can be in the form of an isim. Remember this. This is a very important thing to remember. Yeah, don't forget it. Okay, now let's look at pronouns. How do pronouns fit into this whole thing? Okay, how do pronouns fit into this whole thing? We know that pronouns are short little words that represent a noun, a proper noun, a person or a place. Yeah, so that's what a pronoun is. We know this from English. So if you had Ahmad, the pronoun for Ahmad would be he. Yeah, the pronoun for Ahmad would be he. Or if it is Amina, it would be she. Yeah, so these are what we call pronouns. So pronouns are pretty important words in any language. Yeah, Arabic, in any language, English. Yeah, so the plural of the pronoun in Arabic, yeah, it's called damir when it is singular. It's damair when it is plural. Yes. Okay. So what about the pronoun? We know they are important. Yes. And they are mabni because, as you can see, they come in the same form. You see this everywhere in the Quran. On every page of the Quran, you will see them. Yeah. And because they are isims, they have four properties. Yeah. Because they're isims, they have four properties. And the status meaning whether it is nasab, rafa, or jar, will depend on whether it is a stand-alone pronoun, by itself in the sentence, or it's attached to something. Okay. Then the number and gender, of course, it will depend on the pronoun that it's representing. Yeah, dictated by the meaning. We see that. And they're always, da'iman means always definite. Ma'rifah, because you know who this person is or what is this thing, right? So it's always definite, someone that you know. Okay, so remember the chart I showed you just a few minutes ago? You're going to see this chart again, but from the perspective of the pronoun. Okay, from the perspective of the pronoun. Now, Sister Shahida, can you speak? Sister Shahida, yeah, can you speak? Yeah. Okay, I just want to ask, what are the two different types of jumlah that I mentioned on the first slide just now?
Jumlah?
Yes. What are the two different types of jumlah that we know, that we have learned about? The one that starts with a fi'il and the one that starts with an isim. What are they called?
Domir.
No. It's a jumlah. It's not a domir. It's a sentence. Do you know the names of the sentence?
I just come in.
Oh, you just came in. Okay, never mind. Sister Elaine, can you help out Sister Shahida, please? What are the two types of jumlah?
Is it the jumlah fi'il and the jumlah
And the jumlah, sorry?
jumlah fi'il and jumlah
Yes,
ismiyah?
those are the two types of jumlah that we know. Okay, so just take note. Yes, Sister Shahida, jumlah fi'il, yeah, this is the one with the fi'il. Thank you, Sister Elaine. And jumlah ismiyah, this is the one with the isim. Yeah. So what are the components again? We see this again. For the jumlah ismiyah, mubtada and khabar. For the jumlah fi'liyah, we have all these. Yeah, the fi'il, the fa'il, the maf'ul, and the zarf. And we said that the fi'il is a fi'il, is a verb, so we cannot call it an isim. Yes, it's an action. And here we have noun. Yes, and every isim, yes, every isim can be replaced by a phrase. Okay, this is another thing that we need to know. Each isim that you see here, a fa'il, maf'ul, zarf, mubtada, khabar, can be replaced by a phrase. So what are the different phrases that we know about? Sister Shima, what are the different phrases that we have learned so far? Do you remember? Sister Shima, are you with us? No, she can't join us. Okay, Sister Fatima, could you help us out here? What are the different phrases that we have learned?
Yes, so we learned jar wa majroor.
Yes, we learned jar wa majroor. That would come under zarf. Yes. What else?
And then we learned mudaf ilay.
Yes, mudaf ilay. Correct.
What else? Sifa mawsoof.
Yes, mawsoof and sifa. Correct.
And then I'm still recollecting.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Alhamdulillah.
Okay, so then that one, the the one which we show the the ism ishara and mashhurin ilay, something like that.
Musharun ilay. Yeah. Yep. You're almost there.
So I think we learned four, right? So there are four phrases.
Yeah, we did learn 4. And you're there. You're fine. You're fine. You did it well. So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to show you here. So you have the mawsuf and sifa, 1. The isim ishar with the musharun ilay, the thing that's being pointed to, yes, 2. Then we learned about the mudaf ilay, 3, there is a fourth phrase that we will need to learn. Yes, but not now. And you would have heard this if you have been learning Arabic. You would have heard this before. Yes, ma'tuf alayh and ma'tuf. Okay, this will come later when we look at how we join things in a sentence. Yes, but the one that you were mentioning, the half of jar, that would come under zarf. Yes, and they are represented only in two places, for the zarf and the habar. Okay, remember this. Fa'il, maf'ul, zarf, mubtada, and habar. Any of this slot, I call it slot or function or role. Yes, the doer, the done to, the place, the time. Yes, the subject, the information. All of this can be represented by an isim. Yeah, can be represented by an isim. And if we would like, yeah, if we like, in some cases, this isim, remember I said isim is a mufrad. A mufrad isim meaning it's not a sentence. It's not a shibhu jumlah. Remember we learned this term, shibhu jumlah, which means something like a sentence. Yes, shibhu means something like, okay? So all of this can be replaced by what you see here. Mausuf sifah, this isharim, isim isharah and musharun ilay, the idafa. Yes, it can be replaced as well as this, which we will learn later on. Yeah, not now. But with the zarf, the time and place, it only can be in the zarf slot or in the habar slot, because usually habar tells you more about the subject, right? So where and where, that one, when and where, that one comes naturally when we talk about information about something. Sometimes you need to tell someone where and where, yeah, it happened, or what we're talking about, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So this zarf in jumla fi'liya we call it zarf. In jumla ismiyah we will call it habar. But the things that represent a zarf, which is your jar and majrur, remember half of jar and majrur, which Sister Fatima said just now. And the other one, which is also zarf, is like an idafa. Yes, like an idafa, but it is with special things like the word inda. Remember inda, that is a zarf. Or tahta. Tahta is below, yes, meaning below. Then fauka, for example, yes, above. Yeah, these are special terms. They are in your notes somewhere. I'm saying them, and it doesn't matter whether you can remember what I'm saying, but there are words that are special that actually means where you are. Not in front of the house, it would be amama, for example. That's where the term, okay, inshallah. And then amama means in front of the house. Yes, these are special words that you use, but you use them in the form of mudaf, mudaf ilay. Okay, so zarf comes in two forms. Half of jar with jar, mudaf, mudaf ilay, but the mudaf is special. Yeah, it's not, because the idafa, any isim can be a mudaf. Yeah, but with a zarf situation, when we talk about time and place, it has to be a special kind of isim. Okay, a special kind of isim. We'll see this as we go on, more and more as we do. We'll be able to recognize the words. Yeah, what's a special isim? Okay, so where do we put the pronoun? Yeah, what role can the pronoun? Where? What role can the pronoun be? Okay, so I'm going to show you where. The mubtada can be a pronoun. Okay, the mubtada can be a pronoun. The maf'ul can be a pronoun. The fa'il can be a pronoun. Your mudaf ilay can be a pronoun. Okay, and that's about it. Okay, that's about it. Okay, sometimes the haba can be a pronoun, but that's not the norm. Okay, there are exceptions. Notice, mausuf and sifah cannot be a pronoun. Yeah, musharun ilay cannot be a pronoun. Your mudaf cannot be a pronoun. This is also an important thing to remember. But this is logic, really. Okay, this is logic, really. Yeah, isim ishara, because they're only special isims. There are only certain words that are called isim ishara. Yeah, musharun ilai, you never point to that him, that she, that them. You know, we don't say things like that. Okay, and mudaf, it has to be a proper noun. Yeah, it has to be a proper noun. It cannot be a pronoun because you are, how to say, ascribing something to it. Yeah. Now, Mausuf and Sifa. This is interesting. Remember, we learned about the four properties of the isim, right? And then we said that if the four properties match, right? If the four properties match, then it is Mausuf and Sifa. Remember this? And then we came across something like this. Let me see whether I can show you this. We came something across like this. Huwal hayyu. Huwa al-hayyu. It matches in all the four properties, right? Huwal hayyu. Both are ma'rifah because we said every pronoun always ma'rifah. This is ma'rifah because of alif lam. Yeah. So this is he, this is masculine, this is masculine. Yes. This is single, this is single. Yeah. So they match in all four properties, but they are not mausuf sifa. They are mubtada khabar. Why? Because of the reason just now. Yeah. They can't be. The pronoun is never a mausuf, never a sifa. And the other interesting thing that you need to note here is, yeah, al-hayyu, al-qayyum match in all four properties as well. Al, masculine, masculine, singular, singular. Yeah. But this is also not mausuf and sifa. Why? Because, yes, logically, an adjective cannot be the adjective of an adjective. Okay? An adjective cannot be the adjective of an adjective. This is also logic. So you know instantly that this is a mubtada haba situation, and it's a mubtada haba situation with two habas, two information about huwa. Huwa, of course, going back to Allah. Yeah, the word Allah, lafzul jalala. Yeah, so huwal hayul kayyum. Okay, any questions here so far? Clear? Hmm? Okay, if no questions, then I'll continue. Right.
Can I ask?
Yes.
So, yeah, back to the
Back to the slide.
So this pronoun on the right side, you put two pronouns. Which one is pronoun? You're referring to
Here I'm referring to the
file. Oh, okay.
slot. Yeah, the fa'il is a pronoun. Can be a pronoun. The maf'ul can also be a pronoun.
And on the left side, you're referring to?
The mubtada.
Okay.
The mubtada can be a pronoun, but not the haba. Yeah. And here I'm saying the mudaf ilay, the one, the owner can also be a pronoun. Okay, so now let's have a look at the pronouns. So we have a scene. We have a scene. This is a scene. Okay. There's a man speaking. He's a man, and he's speaking. Yes. And Ustad Hashim says this is not a Wi-Fi connection. He says this is someone speaking. Okay. So you have a man, and he's speaking, and then he's speaking to another man, and there's another man who's not there. Okay. So what am I alluding to? Okay. So I have a man. He's doing the talking. He's talking to a man, and this man is being talked to. Okay. And they might be talking about someone who is not there. Okay, so in English, we would say something like this. This is the first person, the one doing the talking. And this is the second person. He is the one that's being spoken to. Yes. And there is a third person that's not there. Yeah. And normally we refer to him as he. Yeah, because he's not there. So he would just say he or something like that. Yeah. So here is I. And this is you because I'm speaking to you. And we're talking about him. He's not there. Yeah. So in Arabic, there are many ways to call these different roles. Yeah, but for in English, it's always first person, second person, third person. Yeah, they're different names. The mutakallim. I know it's a new word for tonight, but first one, mutakallim. Yes, comes from the letters kaf, lam, and mim, which you know is something to do with word, right? We learn about kalimah, so you know it's about words, something like that. But in this case, mutakallim means the one that's saying all these words, yeah, the one who speaks. And then, oh my, there's another one here, and it's called muhatab. Muhatab, yeah. You will be familiar with this because you will know during Salat Juma'at there is the khatib. That's Hatib though, not Hatab. Yeah, there's a reason why this is Hatab and not Hatib. Because if it was Hatib, then he's also the one doing the speaking. Okay, just like the one, like the Imam, that's the Hatib that does the sermon, the Jum'ah sermon, he's the one who's speaking. But no, in Arabic, there's something called Isim Maf'ul and Isim Fa'il. Yeah, and in certain patterns, word patterns, yes, in certain word patterns, the difference between the one that's doing the action and the one that's the action is being done to, now for example, this person is speaking, right? And I can also call this person, instead of mutakallim with a kasrah here on the lam, I can also say that he's the mutakallam, the one that is spoken to. So the E sound and the A sound actually determines on whether you're doing the action or whether the action is being done to you. Okay, that's a bit much for tonight. So we'll stop there. We'll stop there. We will look at this when we do the sah part. Yeah, but for now, just remember, mutakalim is the first person, muhattab is the second person. Okay, and this person, alhamdulillah, he's ghaib, he's not around. Okay, ghaib means not there. Okay, ghaib is not there. I think in some of our language, we know that ghaib is invisible or not seen. And you know ghaib, things unknown. Allah knows all that is ghaib. Yes. So this is another way to remember. Yes. So ghaib, he's not there. Muhatab, just remember, it's a tab, not a tip. If a hatib is the one that's speaking, muhatab is the one that is spoken to. Muttakalim, we know, with the kasra, is the one doing the speaking. Okay, I'll make this simpler for you, inshallah, in the next few slides. So, kaf lam mim, khataba, ghayaba. Yeah, these are the letters. And this is basically the meaning. I put it here so that you can go through your slides again and then see what's going on, inshallah. Okay. Now, that's one person. But remember the Arabs, they have this two thing. They like dual stuff as well because a lot of words in Arabic have the dual form. So now we have we. Yeah, we have we. And you might be speaking to two persons as well. So we have you and third person as well, the one that's gone. Now, in terms of terminology, it's still muhatab, it's still mutaqallim, it's still ghaib. Yeah, I'm just adding this so that to remind you, if you want to write it in the dual form, this is how it looks like. Ani, ani, ani for the males. Yeah, but terminology-wise, we would use the generic term. Yeah, the generic term would be muhatab, al-ghaib, al-mutakallim. Yeah, but I'm putting it here just to remind you that for dual, this is how we write it. Yeah, if we don't practice this, we will forget. So ani, ani, ani for masculine dual. Then of course we have lots of men speaking. Yeah, so this is the next stage. More than two, three or more. Yeah, three or more. Yeah, would be men speaking. Yeah, and then we would have the first person, the second person, and the third person. Yeah, as you remember, the English way is we, you, and they. Yeah, even for the two, for the dual, it's still you and they. Yeah, but for Arabic, there is a distinction. You will be able to tell. Yeah, you will be able to tell. Then, of course, we have the feminine version of all this. So here we have I, and I'm going to teach you an easier, to me it's easier because this is just the opposite of each other, hadir. So instead of using the term muhatab, we just say hadir. It means present, to be there. Whereas this was the ghaib, not there, absent. Yeah, so we will be using this throughout after this. You can forget muhatab for the time being. Just remember hadir. This is the feminine version, so we have the tamabuta. Just to remind you, this is how the feminine version would look like. But generically speaking, she's still al-hadir, al-mutakalim, and al-ghaib. Yeah? But if you want to write it in the feminine form, the tamabuta comes in. Single, dual, remember dual, tani, yes, dual, tani, still dual, feminine, and tani, dual. Then, of course, the plural form. So the plural form, Sister Bashira, can you speak today? Are you able to say something? No, just listening mode. Okay. All right. So what's the plural version? Sister Asila, could you help us out? What do you think the word is in terms of plural for feminine?
Here, huna.
Feminine, for the feminine.
Here. Auntie.
Ah, sorry?
What? Which one do you want?
Here, this is now dual, right? For dual is hadiratani. So if I had more than two women speaking and it's plural, yes, what would this become?
Hadirat. Tuna.
The una would be for masculine.
Eh,
Ah,
huna. Huna is feminine, right?
tuna, you said, as in the fish?
Yeah. So
No,
hadiratani. So hadirat.
it would be
Oh,
hadiratun.
hadirat.
Hadiratun. Yeah. But there's no tun sound because of the alif lam. Yeah. So it would be,
Hadiratu.
yeah. Yeah. So matu. Yeah. Hadiratu. Ghaibatu. Yeah, that's why I thought it'd be a good thing to remind you how it would look like. Yeah, if I drop the al, there will be hadiratun, ghaibatun, mutakalimatun. Yeah, this is how it goes. And it is atun, atun, atin, atin. Yeah, that means the rafa form is atun, the nasab form is atin, the jar form is also atin. Okay, and it was dual. It would have been how would it be? Tani, then it will be tiny and tiny if it's a nasab and jar. Okay, so this is something we'll do again and again, inshallah. We will remember, inshallah. Okay, so let's go through the terminology back again because we need to know the terminology well. Yeah, because we'll be using this again and again and again. Mutakalim, or yeah, mutakalim, the one speaking. Al-Hadir, yeah, the one that is present, Hadir, he's there. And the one that's absent, Ghaib, you can't see him, yes. And each one of these will have the masculine version and the feminine version, yeah. Muzakkar, Mu'annas, yeah, Muzakkar, Mu'annas. And then for each one, each of the masculine and the feminine, each one of these would have singular dua, and plural. Yeah, wahidun, tasniyatun, jam'un. Yeah, wahid, tasniyah, jam. Yeah, wahid, tasniyah, jam. That is if you wakaf at you don't have to pronounce the dun, tun, or un thing. Yeah, so it's just wahid, tasniyah, jam. Yeah, that's why it sounds like jama, but actually there's a sukun on the mim. Because of the ain sound makes it sound like jama, as if there is a fatha on the mim. So everything else the same. Yes, everything else the same. So I put in a little bit of pictures here. So, whoop, there you go. What happened to my lady? Oh, here it is. She's here. I thought she was going to be there. Okay. So that's masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine. Yeah. So wahid is one person. Tasnya is two persons. Jam'un is more than two. And then the words here, put it here as well. The one who speaks, kaf lam mim. And you can have both the khatab, or you can have the hadith. The khatab or the hadith. And the one that's not there, white. Yes, the one that's not there is white. So this is your terminology slide. Something that you need to go over time and time again. And it's there for you should you forget. Yeah, should you forget. Okay, now we've got to do the i'rab of this. Yeah, we need to understand the i'rab of the damir. Why? Well, because we need to know when it's attached to an isim, when it's attached to a fi'il, when it's attached to a harf, how does it behave? Yeah, these are the things. So, damir, as we said, is always mabni. Fixed form, one form, that form. Okay? So, when we say that something is mabni, we don't say the word, remember, some time ago, back somewhere in a recording somewhere of our class and sessions, when we said mabni, we don't use the term marfu, majrur, mansub. Yeah. When it is mabni, we just say rafa, nasab, and jar. This is how the grammarians differentiate between mabni and mu'rab. Yeah. Mabni and mu'rab. So when we talk about mabni, it's always in the place of, we say. Fi mahali, in the place of jar, not majrur. In the place of nasab, not mansub. In the place of rafa, not marfu. Did I repeat myself? Yeah. Okay, so it is not rafa. It's not marfu. It's fi mahali rafa. It's fi mahali nasab, fi mahali jar. Yeah. This is for isms that you cannot see the changes at the end. Yeah, you can't see the changes at the end. Okay. So another new term. Sorry about this, but the terms are there. Yeah? The terms are there. Alhamdulillah, in a way as well. Yeah, that the terms are there so that you know what to call it. You're not be going like that one. No, and we won't know what you're talking about. Yeah. So here we have a domain that is by itself. Okay, it can stand alone. It doesn't have to attach itself to anything. So we call it domirun munfasilun. Fa, sad, lim is to be separated, fasl. Yeah. And then we have something called damirun mutasilun, which comes from the word sad, lam, waw. That's from the word sila. Yeah. Which means to have a relationship. Yeah, have a relationship. So that's I know it looks about the same. Yeah. But this one has a fa. This star is actually extra. It's not a root letter. This one later. Don't worry about it too much. But what I need you to remember now is that when it's alone, it's always rafa. But when it's attached, yeah, then it will depend on what it's attached to. Yeah, it will depend on what the domain is attached to. Okay. So this is what we call damirul mubtada'i. Yeah, this is basically the mubtada, the one that we saw in the drawing earlier, the one that is rafa. Yeah. Now, this one, the attached ones, it's a bit more complex, more things that you need to look at. This is something we will do like two lessons, two next sessions, not the next one, the one after that. Yeah, what we call the Damirul Fa'il. Yeah, this one is something to do with the doer in a Jumla Ismiyah. And it has a lot to do with the next major topic in grammar, which is saf. Yeah, saf. Saf in English would be what we call it morphology. That even in English, it sounds very heavy. Yeah, it does sound as if it's difficult, but actually it's memorization, absolute memorization only. Yeah. So this one will come later because this is talking about the doer of an action, the subject of an action. So this will be rafa because we know, yeah, the fa'il is always rafa, the mubtada is always rafa, just like the habar is always rafa. Yeah, certain roles is always rafa. So these are the roles that you should remember. Yeah, the doer is rafa, the mubtada is rafa, the habar is rafa. Okay. And then we had things called the follower, remember? If you recall that session, something called the follower, which has something to do with your ma'tuf and ma'tuf alayh. Yeah, but that one is later. So the one that I'm more concerned with are these. Yeah, something called damirul mudaf ilayh. This is when it's attached to an isim. Yeah, remember our phrase, we have the mudaf ilayh. Yeah, so whenever it's attached to an isim, then it is jar. When it's attached to a half, yes, it's also jar because it's attached to half a jar. Of course, it's fi mahali jar. Yeah. When it's attached to a fi'il, remember, it's a maf'ul. Now this is strange because remember when we talked about Ahmad kicking the ball, Ahmad kicked the ball and the ball is the maf'ul, yeah, the one being kicked, right? The word is by itself, yeah, because we're talking ball. Ball is by itself. This particular damir of maf'ul, however, is not by itself. You will see that it's stuck to the fi'il. Yeah, it's joined to the fi'il. It's not part of the word, but it's attached to the word. Okay, we see this in the Quran as well. Plenty. And then we have damirul mansubi. Yeah, this is when it's attached to another half, but this half we have not learned about it yet, which we call half of nasb. Yeah, halfun nasbin. It makes the isim after it mansub. Yeah, so that's why this is nasb. Okay, so let's see some examples. So inshallah, it's clearer to you. Okay, so we have our dhamir. We said that it can be independent, it can be attached. Yeah, it can be a part of the word or just stuck to it. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Now, I'm going to talk only about one type of person. Single person, first person. Okay, this is well, because it's you and me, so we will talk about you and me. Okay, so in this case we have a sentence called ana mudaris. Mudaris is teacher, the word teacher. So ana here is a mubtada. Obviously I am a teacher, so this is your khabar. Yeah, mudaris, so this would be a fathah sign. Yeah, mudarisun, it would be marfu. Yeah, because this is how do you say, mu'rab word, mudarisun. Yeah, it will be mudarisun. Ana mudarisun. But ana, you can't see any dhamma up here, right? Because it's always in this form. Ana is always in this form. So, but in this form, when it's a mubtada, it is rafa. Then we have,
Sorry, may I ask something? May
sorry
I
dear,
ask something? A question?
yes,
Um. What is a domir? I'm so sorry. What is a domir?
domir is a pronoun. Pronoun.
Okay, so
Okay, yeah,
that's what
yeah.
we're learning today is pronoun, yeah?
Yeah, this is what we call a pronoun, damirun. Yeah, when it is pronouns, then it becomes damair. That's the plural of damir. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
inshallah. Yep, you're welcome. So here we haven't learned fi'ils yet, so you just have to trust me that this two is actually I. Okay, this two is actually I. This is a pattern. This is where the memorization will come in. Yeah, fa'altu. There is, of course, the term for this. There's all these terms. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, they will call it ta fa'il. Not very imaginative, right? But it's called ta fa'il. Okay, and there are many types of ta fa'il. We will see this. Yeah, but for this one, it means I. Yeah, for this one, it means I. Fa'altu, nasartu, I help. Yeah. Oh, what else? Ja'altu, I made. Yeah. Zahabtu, I went. Yeah. So any two at the end would be I. And this is the past tense. This is the past tense form. Now we talk about a domi that's attached to an isim. And mudaf ilay, remember, it's a possessive phrase. Yeah, we call it a phrase of possession. Yeah, the mudaf ilay is the owner. The mudaf is what's being owned. Yeah. So, my Lord. Whose Lord is this? It's mine. Yeah. I can't highlight the ya with the sukun on top because for reasons unknown, it can't become yellow. Yeah, but it should be yellow. All right, it should be yellow. The sukun with the ya. The ya with the sukun, sorry. The ya with the sukun is actually mine. Okay, so you're beginning to see, right? Wow, this one is ana, this is tu, and now this is ya with a sukun. Yeah, so it is, we said, mabni, but it's changing. But it's changing as in the whole word. It's not changing the endings. Okay, so it's still mabni, but the whole entire word is still that form. Okay, so that's why we say it's mabni. Yeah, it's changing, but it's still mabni. All right, because when it is a fa'il, it's a ta. When it's a mutada, it's ana. When it's mudaf ilai, it's i. Okay, but it's always like this. Yeah. Then we have the domir, which is majrur. Now, where does this come in? Okay, this is min. Min is half a jar. Remember the table that I WhatsApp you. Yeah, I said please look at this table. Remember what how a half a jar looks like and how half a nas looks like. Yeah. So tonight we don't have the time to look at it, but please do go back to the phone and the message, and have a look. And check whether min is a half a jar or not. Yeah, but for take my word for it, min is a half a jar. And then I'm adding ni, which still can't turn yellow here for reasons unknown. So min ni, this ni now is me. That's mine, and this is me. Okay? So e, and that's ni. So okay, well, all right. But for as long as it is a domir majrur, it will always be ni. You won't see it in other form. Yeah. For as long as it's domir muttada, it will be ana. You will not see it in any other form. So this is what we mean by mabni, fixed, built that way, looks that way. Yeah? It doesn't change. Then we have domiru maf'uli. Yes. Now this is when it's attached to the verb, of course. Oh, sorry. But not an inside. Yeah. It's not part of the word. It's just attached to the verb. So in this case, the verb is nasara, but when you attach the ni to it, it becomes nasarni. Now, this is the way the Arabs make it easier for you to pronounce. Yeah? So it becomes nasarni. So he helped me. Yeah? And here, damirul mansubi. This is when it's attached to a half of nasb, which we will look at later, next lesson. And this is inna. I've written it in full, okay? Innani. Yeah, innani. But in the Quran, you will only see it as inni. And the translation is always indeed I. We know this. Indeed, I. The original form is actually innani. Inna is your half of nasb, a half of nasab, yeah, and ni is your domir. Yeah, your ni is your domir. So inna ni. Okay, alhamdulillah. Okay. I just want to repeat this again, yeah, so that we get it stuck into our heads. Ismul Ishara is a mabni isim. Domir is also a mabni isim, but there's a difference. Why do I say it's a difference? We said that all isms have our three status, right? Marfu, mansub, majrur. Yeah. Strictly speaking, this should be actually rafa, nasab, jar. Yeah, but we will just put it as this marfu, mansub, majrur, because like I said, some of the slides are based on the slides that's done by Al-Qalam Institute. I didn't want to change too much. Okay. And haza is an isim ishara. And for all three states, it will be haza. It won't change. Yeah. But for this domain, you saw it just now. Ana mudaris. Yeah. And then when it's mansub, indeed I. Yeah. When it's majrur, my Lord. Yeah. Lord of mine. Yeah. So it's different. This is nun ya. This is ya. And this is ana. So although it is mabni for this stated. It's mabni for the whenever you see if it's mansub, it'll be like this. When it's majrur, it'll be like this. Always, ana is like this. In the case of haza, it's more extreme. All three cases, it will still be haza. Yeah, you can't tell the difference. At least you have some help here. Yeah, but here you really need to look at what it's pointing to. Yeah, what it's pointing to before you know whether it's rafa, mansub, or jar. Okay, just remember this, the difference. Okay, alhamdulillah. Now let's do just munfasilun for today, and we do a little exercise just to make sure that you understand what's going on. Yeah. So first person. Oh yeah, forgot to tell you. Here, yeah, here. Just take note, okay? Because let's say it's one action. Maybe the action is to help. Nasara, yeah, nasara. When you have different people doing it, yeah, when you have different people doing it, that word nasara will change. Yeah, like I said, if it's just me, then it'll be nasartu. Yeah, I helped. Yeah, but if it is we, a whole bunch of people helping, then it'll be nasaru. Yeah, you'll see this in another slide later on. Yeah, so you're going to have altogether how many combinations? How many combinations do you think? Yeah. So this is like 6 times 3. What's that? Who's good with maths? 6 times 3 is how many?
18.
Yes, it's 18. Yeah, so you would actually have 18 forms of the same verb depending on who is doing the action. Yeah, that's quite a bit. Yeah, that's quite a bit. So what the Arabs decided, of course, alhamdulillah, they said for the first person, well, we know who we are, right? We know whether we're a woman, we know whether we're a man, whether we're one or two or many, right? So let's omit some of those. So we don't have 18. So in the end, they reduced it, not much, but now we only have 14. Okay, we only have 14. Why? Because we only have I, Ana, and we, Nahnu. So we don't have dual forms. We don't have masculine and feminine. Yeah. So alhamdulillah, we have some reduction here, but we still have other patterns. Yeah. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to combine the action with the doer into one word. So less words. Remember? Less words. So instead of saying two words as in English, Ahmad fell. Two words, right? Ahmad fell. Ahmad fell in Arabic would be just one word. Okay, one word. We'll see this. But let's look at the domir first. Look at the domir. Dama'ir, plural of domir. Yeah. So second person, the one who's present, hadir. Right? Here we have anta for guys, anti for girls. I think if you follow the usual Arabic lessons that you find on YouTube, the one that teaches you in Arabic from zero to hero, right? They have that sort of programs. You will know what anta and anti is about. Then we have antuma. Antuma is the same for both men and women. Yes, both of you. And then we have antum and antunna. This is a bit different for the ladies. Yeah, you see this in the Quran. All of you masculine, all of you feminine. Then we have the third person. Yeah, he, huwa, which we are very familiar with. Hiya, she. And huma, same for both. Yeah, both masculine and feminine. Yeah. And so effectively, this can also be reduced. Yeah, maybe not even 14, even less. Okay, then we have whom for masculine, but for feminine, it's slightly different. Hunna. Yeah, hunna. And this nun with the shadda is what we call nun niswa. Niswa here means feminine nun. Yeah, just like the ta fa'il was the dual ta. This is the nun shadda, nun niswa, the feminine nun. Yeah. So this is your damir mubtada. So let's try and do some exercise. Let's see whether, yeah, I've duplicated that slide so that you have a guide. Yeah. And then we'll do this exercise, inshallah. Okay. Bashara means man. Okay. Basharun, man. Okay. So, ana bashara. Yeah. Ana bashara. Oh, sorry. Ana basharun. Bashara is different. Bashara is a verb. Basharun. Ana basharun. Yes. How would I translate this? Sister Sila, Ana.
I am Basharun.
Yes, I am Basharun. I am a man. Okay. Sister Fatima, Alduun is enemy. How would you?
He is an enemy.
Yep, he is an enemy. Zalimatun, Zalimatun, Zalimatun is unjust. Sister Elaine, how would you translate this? This is unjust, as in not.
She is unjust.
Yes, she is unjust. Now, fil ghar. Yeah, fil ghar. Sister Bashira, you can't join us, yeah? Sister Shima as well, right? Both of you are not able to speak. So back to Sister Asila. Fil ghar is in the cave. So huma fil ghar.
Both of them are.
Yeah, both of them. And we don't know, right? Whether it is masculine or feminine. Right? It's the same. Both of them are in the cave. Hum fi shakin. Yeah, Sister Fatima. In doubt. Yeah.
They were in doubt.
Yeah, they are in
They
doubt.
are in doubt. Yeah.
Yes, okay, good. And Sister Elaine, do you need help with this or you can just guess what this is? Huwa sha'irun.
Well, who is he?
Mm-hmm.
Sha'ir.
Sha'ir. It's
I
a
don't
poet.
know.
Poet. So how would you translate
Poet.
that? Yeah, poet is poet. So
He is poet.
he is a poet. Alhamdulillah. The final one, this one, Sister Asila, you can do this. hum kafirun.
They are disbelievers.
Yeah, they are disbelievers. Yeah, so not too bad, right? Quite simple with Domir Muqtada. Do we have time to this or shall we stop there? We'll go on to, I think we'll stop here, okay? We'll stop here. I don't want to overload your mind on this one tonight, yeah? So we'll stop here and inshallah we will continue next week and maybe maybe 2 sessions on pronouns and I'll do an introduction on fi'ils proper on the 3rd section, yeah? Inshallah. And I would like to ask the class whether you would like to have a separate session for the homework or how. Would you like a separate section for the homework, maybe on alternate weeks or once a month? Yeah, something like that. And then, no, what is good? What works for you? Because then if it's once a month, then there will be 1 week where we will have 2 classes. You know what I mean? And then we can,
Can I ask something?
yes,
Because I
yes.
don't know, I think most of us are very busy and
Mm-hmm.
we try not to have homework. We try to like absorb as much as we can. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
speaking truthfully, my view,
Mm-hmm.
I was just
Okay.
wondering if I can get a copy of the notes that you're going to teach. Then it's so easy that when you teach, I'll scribble on my notes rather than I'm trying to write down and trying to catch up with you.
So you
That's
want the
my
notes
view.
before the class, is it? You want
Yeah,
the notes
I
before?
like to do
Okay,
that. I like to
inshallah.
read, and then when you teach, then I understand. Otherwise, I'm like wondering, what is this? What is this?
Okay, all right. So I can do that. I can preempt the notes, yes, so that you can have a look at it. And then, okay, because I'm wondering whether you want that extra class once a month, just to go through any homework or anything that, you know, you might want to discuss, which is not part of the, you know, the theory.
Yes,
So,
yes, that will be really helpful.
okay. If that's okay with the others, we'll do this just once a month, yeah? So meaning that whatever homework I set you, I know because like we're all working, yeah? We're all working for sure, yeah? Yes. So we'll try and see what works. We'll try it out and see whether we can have this, yeah? Maybe when we finish one topic, then we have a session just for homework, right? Whatever your problems that you may have had with the homework. Sister Bashira, did you want to say something? You had your mic on, so I was wondering. Okay, never mind. Okay, all right. Inshallah. So I'll do that before the next session, the whole complete set on pronouns so that you can have a look at it. You can print it out. Do you need it in black and white? Because I've had them in color, so I'm not sure whether that's a problem for you to print out. Yeah, that's also another common problem that comes into play. Um, if you need them in black and white, you let me know. Yeah, I'll just have to change the color. Yeah, inshallah. Okay then, ladies. Subhanallah wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, we'll see each other next week.
Sada, I just have one quick question, Sada.
Yes, Sister Fatima?
Sada, like, when I was looking at the harf of nasab, you asked us to look for examples, right? I just want to quickly ask this because you just showed something here, so I thought maybe it's the case. So, like you said, innani is inna plus ni.
Yes, let me pull that slide up. Innani plus ni. Yes, innani plus
In
ni.
ni.
Yes.
So then, like when I saw in the Quran, I saw something called inna mu'minun. Okay, so
Okay.
inna is it inna plus na, Ustad?
Yes, it is. This is what happens. Yeah, when ni or na is attached to a half of nafs that ends with a shadda, like this one. Yeah. So you can, in the Quran, it's always inni. I have not seen innani. Yeah. But you can see this in Arabic literature. Yeah. So instead of bi annana, it'll be bi anna. You'll see this in the Quran as well. And I'm sure you've seen lakinna.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So this is them making it light, easier on the tongue. Yeah, easier on the tongue.
Okay. So because I was looking at the word that comes next to it, so inna, and then the next word will be mansoob, and then the next word
Yes.
should be marfu, right? So I I found something about inna mu'minun, so I got confused. So that's why.
Ah,
Jazakallah.
okay then. Yeah, because the na itself is mansub. Okay then. Alhamdulillah. Okay then. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Barakallahu fikum. Yeah, have a good night's rest. Okay, assalamualaikum.
Oh.
Awesome.